My name is Oliver. I'm from Bern, Switzerland, and I'm a medical advisor, so working in the healthcare and life science area. I learned Surya Kriya. That's now 5.5 weeks ago. Well, I'm practicing on a daily basis. I've come across some trials or scientific data on yoga and found it quite interesting to find out more about it. It was, I would say, amazing. Teaching methodology was great, but the most for me impressive thing was the feeling in the classroom, the connection to the teacher, and the instantaneous feeling of some kind of well-being, some kind of instantaneous well-feeling, which actually made me smile. I was surprised by how easy it was for me to learn, to acquire those steps, which were, I think, which are not simple, but maybe it's due to the methodology, it was quite easy for me. Having those first experience during the lessons, those bright or amazing experience during the lesson, it was absolutely clear for me to keep on practicing. I'm practicing on a daily basis, so I'm not the one who's easily doing something on a daily basis. That's always been quite hard for me, but this is something that I never skip. This is some kind of hard to describe. On a physical level, it's easy. The first time in my life, I'm able to get my fingers to my toes. Try it quite often from the beginning. Never did it, but also I feel positive effects on my muscular system. Easier to move on a daily basis and do those daily things which go much more easy, which are much more easy. That's the physical thing. On the other hand, this is the hard thing, the part which is quite hard to describe. I feel some changes in my behavior, I'm more relaxed in critical situations. I get my emotions better under control of the emotions. So that's the thing and this is even more exciting than the physical things. And I started to change my nutritional behavior. I think, I didn't check, but I think I lost the weight. I think. And I changed from, I really didn't like those junk food that much. Appreciating that before. That's not that craving for sugar or chocolate. And I must, it's just a start. 5.5 weeks, right? If you walk through the streets and try to get that feedback from interactions while, for example, while shopping, while doing business, or just walking through the streets in a crowd, I get much better or more intense positive feedback. Yoga gave me exact that tool that is needed to to judge a situation without personal feelings like anger, like for example, like anger, and to get this. To be able to make a step back and judge a situation or see a situation from how it is and not how I would feel it with all the history of anger or not. By getting a tool of controlling myself, by having a tool of controlling myself, I also have a tool of, in a situation, get one step back or beyond or to decide or above, to have a kind of, to judge my behavior. And so to control it, to judge it, to see if it's good or wrong, or is it appropriate or not. I mean, coming from the scientific world, seeing those trials, those scientific evidence on yoga, on dedicated issues like hypertension, physiological area, psychological area like anxiety or stuff, or think about the joint movement, all that stuff. But my experience is that there seems to be some kind of emergent effect, or positive effect on me, which is more than the sum of those single scientific data or parts. And this emergent effects is also seen in biological systems, or maybe it's just a solution to describe something that we cannot really describe. But emergent effects are, for example, seen in neurophysiology or neurobiological scientific research or basic research. Thinking in a logical way and exploring the unknown, or doing things that I can't describe. There's no problem with that, combining that. For me, claiming that I want to live in only logical world would be too simple. There's a lot of things missing. Think about your heart, think about love, think about feeling happy or feeling sad. Parts of it you can describe logically, but not the whole thing you can describe. So there's always, that's being human. At least being human. I don't see, especially as a scientist, who by nature, to my definition, has to be curious, has to be open to the unknown, to the thing that still has to be explored. Maybe to explore with unknown tools. And that's something that I want, which is important for me, to be open, just to be open. Not for the sake of yoga, not for the sake of science, just for the sake of for example, of myself, or of the life.